Welcome to some Kydele and Reyhan. Hope you're excited for some soul tie partners. As far as opening hand goes, oh yes, I love it. We're gonna keep on that one in a heartbeat. Yes, it's just one of the magic gods. Like yes, okay, we're gonna keep on this one. We've got Ancient Tomb into Kodama's Reach, Frantic Search, Plax Caster, Frogling. Oh yes, let's go and lead off with the Polluted Delta. That way our opponent doesn't think we have just a super crazy good draw. But yes, welcome to some Kydele and Reyhan. Hope you're excited. I'll cover our commanders in a second. Let's go and get this popped over to our opponent. We're playing Reyhan, last of the Obzon. Reyhan is going to enter the battlefield with 3+1 counters on it. Whenever a creature we control dies or is put into the command zone, if it had one or more counters on it, you may move that many +1 counters onto another creature. Let's go and crack the Polluted Delta. Let's go and grab a blue-green source. I like that. Let's go for Breeding Pool. Have it come into play tap. Not going to pay 2 life. Then we're also running Kydele, chosen by Crewfix, chosen of the Crewfix. Add colorless mana to your mana pool for each card that you draw on this turn. So it's a little mix of Sultai counters and Sultai good stuff. Just a lot of fun. Love playing this deck. Let's go and get the Ancient Tomb down. Let's go for Kodama's Reach. I like that. It's going to be 1/2. There we go. And then we'll be sure to grab black and a blue source. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll go swamp and then we'll go islands because we have 2 forests. Let's go and put the swamp on the battlefield, island in the hand, and then we'll go and pass the turn. We've covered both of our partners good, and also it's partners versus partners, which is a lot of fun. Playing against Thrasios, Triton Hero, Scry 4. I mean, for 4 mana, Scry 1, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, otherwise draw a card. Playing against Time of the Weaver, lifelink at the beginning of your post-combat main phase. You may pay X life, or X is the number of opponents that dealt combat damage this turn. If you do, draw X cards. So, should be pretty fun. And actually, I really don't feel that bad that we're ramping that hard. And it's, well, Hymn to Turok on all of our lands. Not the worst, but ooh, Darkslick Shores. We're not going to be able to get it online with we're not going to be able to get profit down with Darkslick coming into play tapped. But we can. Do you want to go for Frantic Search? Untapping those lands, maybe we get into another land that we can get down profit of Crewfix. I think I like that. Let's be a little aggressive on this one. So we're going to go blue. Either way, we're going to be. Yeah, we can actually leave that tapped. Okay, let's go for that. Let's go blue, 1/2, tap down the swamp. Let's go for Frantic Surge. We're draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Hopefully we hit a land that's Bayou. There we go. Let's go and get rid of the Hooded Hydra. Now to get rid of 1 more card. We do want Hooded Hydra in this particular matchup. Actually, we're going to hold on to Hooded Hydra. Let's get rid of Darkslick Shores and then Plax Caster Frogling. Yeah, I like that. Untap 3 lands. Get those untapped. Let's go ahead and get the Bayou down for the turn. So we're looking at, need to go blue off this one to get down Kydele. And green. Get down Prophet of Crewfix. It's going to be 1/2 off the Ancient Tomb. There we go. Beautiful. Get down Prophet of Crewfix on turn 3. See if our opponent's got any spot removal after they use that Hymn to Turok on us. Love it. We'll be able to flash in Aetherborn, or if you want to flash in Reyhan or Kydele, chosen of Crewfix, will be online for that. So, should have some fun. We cover both commanders. There's free time. We can talk about whatever we want. And that is Rivals of Exelon. There's some new cards coming out. I'm really excited about that. The spoilers kind of started on, I think, yesterday, technically, the New Year's Day, which is kind of weird, just because it's not really necessarily a holiday. But yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was just weird to see them start yesterday. Usually, I'm just used to them being at work and going for that. Let's go ahead and flash in Kydele. Oh, yes. Love this. This is just nasty. Blue-green, and then 1/2 off the Ancient Tomb. Taking some damage off this, but we're getting some really good board state going. I cannot tell you how many times we've been put through the meat grinder with Tymna and Thrasios, so I'm A-okay with kind of getting off to a really good start off this one. Rites of Flourishing. Okay. So that's going to be 1/2. We've drawn 1 card this turn. We can tap out for 3. That will be Reyhan. Let's do that. Let's go Rites of Flourishing. It's going to be 1/2. Really want to turn this game online. Get down Rites of Flourishing, and then we'll go ahead and flash in. We'll just go and cast in Reyhan. I think that sounds good. Yeah, I like that. We'll just go in the. Sorry, cat's getting out of my lap. There we go. Add 1 colorless mana to our mana pool. It's going to be green-black. Let's go for Reyhan. And it's really good that we got both the partner commanders on the battlefield. Usually we don't get in a spot to where we can do that. We only get 1 on the battlefield, so I like that. I guess technically we could. No, we'll just go and pass the turn. So we're online for Aetherborn Marauder. We can get that down on the battlefield. But I think at this point, we're going to hold on. Actually, now that I say that, we need to hold on to it because we need to get a few more counters going. We can move Reyhan's counters onto Aetherborn Marauder if we wanted to. You know, if our opponent has a little bit more of some removal or something like that, we'll go for that. But yes, one of the big cards that came out, I saw it right before I went to bed last night, is Alinda, the Dusk Rose. 2 colorless, white and a black. Legendary creature, Vampire Knight. Oracle, yeah, sure, go for it. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1 counter on Alinda. Then whenever Alinda dies, put X/1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is Alinda's power. Opponent has their very own Prophet of Krufix on the battlefield, a little bit more promo version of that. But let's see what we draw into. Do we want to flash in Aetherborn? We can remove the counters from Reyhan. That's going to make it a 5/5 in the air. I think I like that. That's some pretty good. That's a good clock on our opponent. Let's go for that. That's going to be 1/2. We have to tap down the move any number of +1 counters from permanents you control. Yep. Flash in Aetherborn. And Aetherborn, we kind of have Aetherborn in here as a way to kind of win the game. You know, if we have what's his name out there? Let's click OK. If we have a Corpsejack Menace, 2 and 3, we'll just move all counters. There we go. Got a 5/5 flying and lifelink. I like it. That way we can kind of negate that Ancient Tomb out there. We're going to draw an additional card. So we have Green Sun Zenith. Oh, bummer, man. And the Botanical Sanctum. Okay. In fact, let's see. What are we going to do on this one? So we get down the Botanical Sanctum. We can go for a Hooded Hydra. That'd be pretty good. We've drawn 2 cards for the turn off, the Rites of Flourishing. That'll be a really good Hooded Hydra. And then we can kind of figure out what we're going to go for with Green Sun Zenith. We can do that next turn. I think I like that. All right, let's go and push in for 5 with Aetherborn Marauder. It's going to be 5 up top. And I don't think we want to push in against Thrasios or Oracle right now. We shouldn't keep these 2 utility creatures onto the battlefield at this point right now. I'm going to put them down to 24, 22. Yeah, let's go and do that. We could Green Sun Zenith for Corpsejack and then set up a really good Hooded Hydra. If we want, yeah, let's do that. Do we have enough mana to do that, though? That's going to be Corpsejack for a green creature card, X or less. So basically it's going to be green for 4. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to be green and then 1, 2. Or do you want to save Green Sun Zenith for Crater Hoof? Let's get our, yeah. Let's just go for a really big Hooded Hydra. I think I like that. We can get the 2 off Kydele. Yeah, I like that. It's going to be double green. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hooded Hydra for 5. Yeah, let's go for that. It's going to be 1, 2. We need to take advantage of Kydele. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought about getting down Corpsejack Menace first, but we need to, you know, if we get down Corpsejack and our opponent's just sitting back and goes for a board wipe or something, that's just going to be the, you know, end of our board state with Green Sun Zenith. Sorry about that. We'll get this popped over to my second screen so we can kind of give it a quick look real quick. Okay, anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. So we have Green Sun Zenith in the hand. We're going to have Hooded Hydra on the battlefield. That way if something does happen to it, we get those counters on there. And then we also still have Aetherborn kind of swinging back across. Opponent's going to go for Inquisition. Ooh, Inquisition of Kozilek. So they'll be able to take our Green Sun Zenith. So sorry about that. But yeah, so I was thinking about, yeah, we have, as far as like big beats, I thought we had Crater of Inner, but we don't. I'm looking at my list right now. So we could have gone for that. It almost would have been better if we would have gone for that Corpsejack Menace, since we have so many +1 counters. But we'll see if our opponent's going to use that Inquisition of Kozilek. But the Rivals of Exelon, Alinda the Dusk Rose, that is a beautiful Aristocrats commander right there. Whether it's in the main or the actual commander itself. And not going to lie, when I saw her, I was just sat there and I was just like, yes, we have Aristocrats on the menu. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I thought about all those random comments of, Joel, you do too many Aristocrats. But no, we have to now. We have to do Alinda. But yeah, it's pretty nuts if you actually stop and think about it. So you have Alinda. Let's say that we have 10 creatures on the battlefield, Alinda included, and then Sack Out and Blood Artist. So let's say 3 of those 10 are our utility creatures. That are utility Aristocrats. So that leaves us 7 creatures to sacrifice to get those triggers going. So we sacrifice those at 7 +1 counters on Alinda. We can swing in with Alinda with lifelink, gain a little bit more life, and then we can sacrifice her once you get those counters on her to get some more tokens on the battlefield. Rinse and repeat. Love it. I saw that right before. I was just like, oh, yes, my little Aristocrat heart was very happy. All right. Opponent did take the Green Sun Zenith with our Inquisition of Kozilek. And then we'll still going to go ahead and push in with Hooded Hydra. They're going to have their lands untapped too. Draw into Simic Manipulator, okay. And then Rites of Flourishing, Temple of Deceit. Let's go ahead and get the Temple down. That way we can get some Scry going. Scry 1, Scurry, get the Fever. Hero's Downfall. I like that a lot. We'll put that on top. Let's go ahead and swing in with the Hooded Hydra and swing in with Aetherborn. Okay, swinging in for 10. Yeah, it's swinging in for 10. That's going to be 5 on the ground, which our opponent can't really chump block right now. Even if they do get Umazama's Jitte going off the Hooded Hydra, whenever it dies, we're going to get those snake tokens on the battlefield. So we'll almost have another little army, almost kind of like our own little Drained Hermit, but with snakes. Drained Snake Hermit. And then, if we lose Aetherborn to something like Umazama's Jitte, at least it's going to take a lot of charge counters to take off of that. Plus, we get to untap all of our creatures, so that's A-okay too. All right, so we get it for 10. We're going to gain that 5, go to 25, put our opponent down to 13. And let's go ahead and get down the Simic Manipulator. I like that. Looking at blue, blue, and then black. All right, the only bad thing about Simic Manipulator is getting it down this late in the game is that we've got most of our creatures on the battlefield. We need to get that evolve going. But if we do, if we get into Magic Christmas Land, which we do, we want to get into Magic Christmas Land. If we get those counters on Simic Manipulator, we might end up with 2 copies of Prophet of Crucifix, which is a lot of fun. All right, see what our opponent's going to go for. Opponent's going to flash in Tymna. Okay, go for it. They're going to come across. Either way, I'm going to post this video because it's pretty fun. I always like it when it's partners versus partners, or just value versus value, or Dirtle versus Dirtle. But yeah, so Alinda, I'm really excited about that. It gives me another excuse to do Aristocrats, so we have to do it. Another notable legendary creature is going to be Kumina. I think that's how you say it. Tyrant of Orzaka. Once again, reader beware on those. I'm reading those names. Basically, it's a blue-green merfolk. Tap another untapped merfolk you control. It can't be blocked. The actual commander can't be blocked this turn. But you could box, sure, go for it. Tap 3 untapped merfolk that you control, draw a card, and then tap 5 untapped merfolk that you control. Put a +1 counter on each merfolk that you control. So pretty nice. They also released Journey to Eternity, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait to get that into Gitrog. It's an enchantment. You put it onto one of your creatures. And then whenever that creature dies, return it back to the battlefield, and it's going to flip into a land that has add mana to your mana pool, but also it has add mana to your mana pool. It also has a 5 mana activation, 3 colorless, black, and a green. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is pretty cool. Like that. Can't wait to get that going. It's one of those cards that I want to start playing with in Modern for sure. And then I'm trying to think of anything else. Umazama's Jitte, sure. Okay. It's going to be 3/4 coming across. I think at this point, okay, no swinging from our opponent. I like that. So we've got a good clock going with the Aetherborn Marauder. Really good. And this is whenever a creature deals combat damage, put 2 charge counters on it. All right. So we're gonna get that Hero's Downfall on top. So we're gonna be able to at least take care of Prophet of Crucifix to kind of stop them from getting that additional. Let's go get the Flooded Grove down. Opponent has 1 card in hand. Let's go and do this. So let's go ahead and push in with Aetherborn and Hooded Hydra. It's going to be 10, 14 coming across. We still have Hero's Downfall to go for. I'm trying to figure out if we want to swing in with Prophet too. No, let's just go and force it. All right, we're going to swing in. We've got 10 coming across. Put them down to 13. If they do block with the Prophet of Crucifix, we still have one. Actually, our opponent's tapping out right now. E-Call. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal that card. Put it in your hand. So we would have let that resolve. I mean, I guess they go. I mean, even if they go Snapcaster, there's not really much in the graveyard. Or if they flash it, we can steal Hero's Downfall in response to whatever creature they're casting. So we'll see what they're going to show for it. I guess, you know, they could flash in some sort of like. Let's see. Oh, Elish Norn, brutal. Okay. So they can flash in Elish Norn, but we still have Hero's Downfall that we're holding up. So wait for our opponent to cast that. The only thing is we're going to lose some Simic Manipulator, which is a little bit of a bummer. But what we can do is we can maybe wait for our opponent to kind of do some different chump blocks. And then we can go for Hero's Downfall because they're tapped out. So we'll see how they go for that. They cannot block the Marauder because it has flying. So let's see if we can't kind of grab a few extra creatures. We'll see how they. I would assume that our opponent wants to go for Prophet of Crucifix, blocking on one of the creatures. That way we still have Hero's Downfall. There we go. We can get rid of those Umazama Jitte counters. Okay. And then before we go to damage, let's go for that Hero's Downfall. Wait for them to get finished declaring blockers. I'll go for that Hero's Downfall on Ella Schnorren. Get out of here, Ella Schnorren. Adios, muchachos. Destroy target creature. They will get the charge counters on Umazama's Jitte, which is a little bit of a bummer. But at least at this point, we're getting rid of that -2 and that +2 bonus our opponent's getting. So we've got Hero's Downfall targeting Ella Schnorren. Opponent does have Mana Leak on top of their library too. And let's see, I guess they're going to go for a Scry 4. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that interaction with Mana Leak. It's a land card, and then it goes into their hand. But no, we have enough mana to pay for that Mana Leak, so we can do that. That's fine. Yeah, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it in the battlefield type, otherwise draw a card. So I'm going to draw into that Mana Leak, which we still have the mana to go for that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7 total mana, so we can pay for that Mana Leak pretty much all day. And then Windswept Heath on top of the library. And that will be the last of their Thrasios activations off the Windswept Heath. All right, I'm going to go Scry 1. But yeah, so that Journey to Eternity, really excited about that. They did Zetalpa? Primal Dawn? Sorry. It's like an elder dinosaur. I'm sure you're sitting there. I just transitioned into Rivals of Exelon talk, and you're just like, what is going on? All right, so we're going to take care of Prophet of Krufix. I'm going to get those charge counters on there. Once again, if they use the -1 counters off Umazama's Jitte onto the Hooded Hydra, we'll still end up with a bunch of snakes. I get for 5 in the air, puts us back to 30. Take care of Ella Schnorren. They do have Mana Leak in the hand. In fact, I want to write that down, because I do not want to forget about that. I will. I'll start talking about cards, and then I'll forget. Let's get our lands to untap. That's pretty good. You know, opponent E-called and an Ella Schnorren, and all we lost was a Simic Manipulator, so that's not too bad in my book. All right, so opponent has Mana Leak on top. There's Mother of Runes. Mana Leak, and then Mother of Runes. Okay, but yeah, so they did have the Zetalpa Primal Dawn. So it's an Elder Dinosaur, 6 mana, white. Thrasios, okay, it's going to be Mother of Runes. But yeah, it's Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible, 4/8, Legendary Creature. And actually, no, I think it doesn't have Flying. Oh, that's a bummer. It's one of those, no, it does have Flying, excuse me. Yeah, so that's definitely going to be a really fun Reanimator target to kind of go for. Have some fun with that. Oh, let's get Reyhan pop back up. Dang it. I thought we had Reyhan on the battlefield. I did not realize that. We need to flash in Reyhan. Sorry about that. That's one of those things where you start playing partner commanders, and I forgot that Reyhan got taken care of. So I'll get Reyhan down on the battlefield at the end of this turn. Person to go for a Merciless Executioner. Let's actually go and do this. Let's flash in Reyhan in response to that. Beautiful timing. Just like we drew it up. 1, 2, 3. And then once again, we still have enough to pay for that Mana Leak. So we're going to flash in Reyhan, get a few more counters. It puts our opponent on basically having some sort of spot removal to take care of Aetherborn. They can go for the Jitte if they want to stop Aetherborn from coming down. But at least at this point, we'll go and sacrifice Reyhan, get those +1 counters going. Sacrifice Reyhan. Get out of here, buddy. Thank you for the cause. Move those 3 +1 counters onto the... I guess at this point... Yeah, we'll go and put it on Aetherborn. I like that. It kind of forces our opponent to have some sort of answer next turn. Yes, we're going to use that ability. So we have an 8/8. Our opponent is sitting at 8, so they have to have some sort of flying answer for the Aetherborn Marauder. Or next turn, we can go for Reyhan and then get a few more counters on Hooded Hydra somehow before it dies or something. Opponent does have the Mother Runes and the Dauntless Escort on top of the creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay, need to keep that in mind. That would definitely something that we might run into. But yeah, so the Zetalpa, great Reanimator target. I'm not sure what sort of deck I'm going to run it in as far as Commander goes. Council's Judgment, okay. Exile each permanent with the vote. We'll see what our opponent votes for. Let's get that. Now we're getting into the late game Thrasios where it's just removal. But we've had fun so far. And our opponent votes for Hooded Hydra. Well, we're going to vote for that too. Don't want to exile anything else out of here. So get rid of Hooded Hydra. We miss out on those snake tokens. And then we'll see what else they're going to get down. Scry 1, okay. And then without Prophet of Krufix, they're not going to have enough mana to untap in. We'll see what they're going to go. Yeah, because they almost need to kind of... Oh, Swords to Plowshare. There we go. All right, so we'll gain a little bit of life. Anything we can do? Nope. Can't get that done. So they're just slowly picking apart our board state now. It's a bummer. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's one thing about this Kydele and Reyhan deck is that we don't have a ton of removal in here. This is one of those just kind of, let's have some fun. Let's get some counters going. But against a deck that has just basically tons and tons of removal. That's ain't the best matchup. But we have fun. The only thing that we're really missing right now is if we can grab something like Villainous Wealth, that'd be a lot of fun. We've got the mana for it. I mean, for the most part. With Kydele, that's going to be 2 off Rites of Flourishing. Get some really good card draw going. All right, opponent's going to be pushing in. That's going to be 6, 8 coming across, puts us down to 30. We can block on Thrasios if we want to. So if we chump block on Umazama's Jitte, they're going to be able, yeah, well, they're going to get a few more counters on this. They'll be able to pick apart our actual creature itself. If we chump block, we're going to lose the creature anyway. Let's just go and let it go through. I mean, they're going to get a few more charge counters on Umazama's Jitte anyway. If we simply just chump block, and if they want to pump it up like that, that's fine. Because actually, we want to have these creatures on the battlefield. Both of these kind of help us kind of push a good game plan. All right, let's go and yield to that Bite In of Thassa. Always yield. I'm trying to see if there's any more. There's Gahalta, the Primal Hunger, which I'm going to build that. Mono green's always a lot of fun. Get the Umazama teacher, and there's anything. Form of the Dinosaur. That was another really weird card. We'll actually read it here in a second. Okay, they're going to draw an additional card off Tymna. Let's see. We've got 2 card draw. We have Rites of Flourishing. We can make an additional land drop. Let's see what we can do with it. Hopefully we get something done. Polluted Delta. Okay. We also... Do we have any X spells? We do have Blue Sun Zenith that we can draw some cards. Villainous Wealth. I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any like Exsanguinate or anything like that in here. All right, opponent does have Wasteland on top of the library. See what they're going to do if they can get that. I think they've made all their land drops, so let's get that minimized. But yeah, so Form of the Dinosaur. It's 6 mana, red enchant. Oh, Fatal Push. Okay, got it. There you go. Yeah, I'm telling you. You get all the removal going against this deck, and just really the house starts to crumble down. This is kind of one of those decks where you want to just go above and beyond on your opponent and beat them as quickly as possible. Oh my gosh. What did we do to our opponent? We were just trying to have some fun. Okay. Abrupt Decay, Fatal Push, Swords of Council's Judgment. We draw into a Wooded Foothills. Okay. Let's go and get the Wooded Foothills down. We're just going to go ahead and get some stuff out there. Creature gets -1. And let's see if they're going to go for the... Keep that going. That's fine. Oh, the Humanity. It's like we just... Our commander deck just crashed into a wall. Let's go get the Wooded Foothills down. So we're looking at Kydele's going to be 6 total mana. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to be able to get down Reyhan. It's going to be 3/3 body. Opponent's going to be swinging in next turn. That's going to be 6, 8, 9, 10. Puts us down to 18. I guess if we're going to do anything with this, get down Kydele? Maybe? Yeah, if we go for Kydele, that's going to be our best bet. I mean, that kind of puts our opponent in having 3 charge counters on Umazama's Jitte. If we're going to be drawing some cards, might as well. We're looking at green, but it's not looking good right now. We don't have any creatures on the board. Let's tap out for 1. All right, Kydele comes down, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. But like I said, it's not looking so hot. But yeah, so there's Form of the Dinosaur, which is a red mana enchantment. Whenever Form of Dinosaur enters the battlefield, your life total becomes 15. Then, at the beginning of your upkeep, Form of the Dinosaur deals 15 damage to target creature an opponent controls, and that creature deals damage equal to its power to you. So, I don't know, it's really interesting. It's a little expensive. 15 damage to target creature. Yeah, it has to be dealt to an opposing creature. But I don't know, it seems kind of, seems like an interesting card to kind of play around with the command. I'm not sure what I would put it in. Like, I'm really tempted to put that in Brionne WrestleMania. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of times when you play Brionne that, always yield. A lot of times that you play Brionne that you get that lifelink going and you just get a ton of life on the battlefield. It is a little bit, to me, it seems like a little bit more of a win more card, especially in a deck that you're trying to steal your opponent's creatures. But, I don't know, might be something to kind of look at. Seems like a lot of fun. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we already know about that came out. I think that's about it. The only other thing is there's some creatures out there that have the Ascend ability, which it's going to be really interesting to see how Ascend goes in especially something like Commander, because there's no real way to kind of deal with it. I mean, it just, once it happens, it happens. You have Ascend on the battlefield. You have more permanence. Let's go and get the Windswept Heath down. Yeah, we're just ripping lands right now. We're going to go for Reyhan. Need to get Reyhan on the battlefield. It's going to be 7 total mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Their opponent's going to have the charge counters coming down, but it's going to be 3 threes, 2 threes. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go for it. Let's go and crack the Wooded Foothills. Either way, you know, for cracking this, lose 2 life, it's just kind of is what it is. Go and crack, grab that forest. That would just kind of get rid of some of the lands that we're ripping into. Let's go for Reyhan. It's going to be Golgari colors, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll leave up 1 blue source. Okay, there we go. Get down Reyhan, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent, let them do their thing. But yeah, the Ascend thing, you know, and if you don't know what Ascend is, Mana Leak, nah, we're good. That's fine. Go for it. Send Reyhan back. With the Ascend, if you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing for the rest of the game. Draw 2 cards. If you have the City's Blessing, draw 3 cards instead. The interesting thing is, once you get Ascend online, that's it. You know, it's not like Monarch to where, you know, if you deal damage, you can get the Monarch token back. And I should have played around that Mana Leak right there. I was reading that card. I forgot about Mana Leak, but to be honest, we're in a spot now to where it ain't looking so pretty. You know, kind of our only out was ripping into Damnation or Villainous Wealth. And then when our opponent just went Council of Swords, Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay in 1 turn, that was 2 blowouts at the front of our commander card. So we're still driving, but it's not driving very well. So, but yes, I should have played around that Mana Leak. Our opponent's going to blink. Flash in Restoration Angel, flash in Venser, then bounce something else back to the hand. But yeah, I'm just concerned about the Ascend ability, how it's going to play out in Commander in particular, just because, you know, it's really easy to get to 10 permanents really quick. And then once you get it online, it's kind of like in the old Commander rules where, you know, you had to have 1 legendary creature on the battlefield. So if you actually paired against each other, you know, most stores would allow, hey, you know, you can do that on the battlefield. But I used to always hate when I was playing Commander, opponent would just get down Phantasmal Image in blue and act as a spot removal because they would just name a copy of our Commander and it would get rid of it. And I remember sitting there being like, can't wait for that rule change to come. Cannot wait. I was like a little kid shaking my fist. But yeah, anyway, there's no way you could really interact with that. It just happened. And so with Ascend, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But really, you know, and it's not like you're getting a static bonus each turn with Ascend. You know, if it said like draw 2 cards a turn or draw a card each turn if you have Ascend, really Ascend is basically just, you know, you get a bonus on, you know, additional bonus on some of these modal spells. And with the way Treasure Cruise went and like kind of the Delve mana went, I would assume that with the Ascend ability, a lot of this stuff's probably priced, hopefully pretty fairly. We'll see. We haven't seen the rest of the cards yet. All right. Opponent's going to go for that Reclamation Sage, and then it is our opponent's turn still. And let's see, as far as lethal, we're at 17. That's going to be 3, 7. That's going to be 8. That's going to be 9. It's going to be 12. And that's going to be 15 and 17. That's going to be exactly lethal right there with the Coastal Piracy getting it in there. Good game to our opponent. That was a brutal turn with the Council's Judgment, Swords of Plowshare, Fatal, Abrupt Decay, just get taken out behind the woodshed. So, unfortunately, one of the big things I always want to go for is the Villainous Wealth. We did not get that Villainous Wealth going. But we still had some good fun partner action. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.